Oh hey, we are live. And I see my volume's working just fine. I really think it was because I was trying to use that other app. I think that's why it messed with my volume and all that. So, this is the Stabby Shows, and this is Thanksgiving Eve, Stabby style. Stabby McHugs is a chatter in my chat room on occasion. And the word stabby is a meme. If you just Google stabby, you'll see all sorts of interesting things, pictures, videos. But let's get started with a stabby song, Major Stabby. And let's move. It's Thanksgiving Eve. Fuckers, dance. Dance it up.
She won't stop, next time me lock. That she sign up for life insurance. That she need knock and then she collapse. So when she don't like flat. Just she my pop and run into flat. Just she in front of me, she my back. I saw my leg along, she attack, get ready for wallet. Don't any rock, cause Stabby way for always right. Stabby gonna show you the deal. Like the poor people that stare. If you don't hear, you can feel. Stabby way for always right. Stabby gonna show you the deal. Like the poor people that stare. If you don't hear, you can feel. Stop, 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 Stabby. Stop, stop, stop. Yeah, more. Stop, 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 Stabby. Stop, stop, stop. You ain't hearing. The mash the bumper left and right. You don't want to hear a scream, not a play. Your bumper can get hurt here tonight. Cause I warn you once and I warn you twice. I work on a cover in Miami Vice. Yeah, tell me what. Let off with a warning that in my top darling, my name. It's Stabby Guard. Next comes to shut your bumper right hard. Your hard ears ain't one here. I can shut your bumper till I disappear. Stabby, Stabby, Stabby. Yeah, more. Stabby, Stabby, Stabby. Wayne like a hot kite. Stabby, Stabby, Stabby. Yeah, more. Stabby, Stabby, Stabby. Wayne like a hot kite.
Okay, that's enough of that. Kind of repetitive, don't you think? So, I'm going to play a lot of different songs. Just relax and chill. Let me look at the news. See if there's anything. Should we do the Drudge Report? Yeah. I'll be like the news guy. The news guy. With my vocal fry. At least it's not as bad as it usually is. The Drudge Report. The other side of the news. Is Obama's ISIS strategy working? All My Children actor David Canary. He died. Too bad some bitch in Texas hasn't died yet. But one day she will. Maybe he'll be after me. Maybe he'll be before me. Who knows? Skateboards don't kill people. People kill people. And, I think about the gun and how they say guns should be banned. Nowhere did they say that gas chambers should be banned. I mean, gas chamber didn't kill anyone on its own volition. It was the person operating the gas chamber, right? So maybe we should just ban people from society that we deem violent. Maybe, possibly. What do you guys think? Here's an article that says cops took more stuff from people than burglars. I think that is definitely true. Even if, let's say you're driving your car and they pull you over and for some reason they search your passenger. Passenger has drugs on it. Say goodbye to your car, even though you didn't know what was going on. Turkey shoots down Russian jet, and they mean the country of Turkey. Now, I do want to talk about the Chicago cop that was charged with murder in teen's death. It was a murder. And only 2 of the shots, as the young boy, or maybe I shouldn't say young boy, young man, the teenager, was turning away dropped his knife, whatever it was that he had, his little weapon of choice. He ran away. He was shot twice in the back. He falls down. All the rest of the bullets lay in his body. The officer even refills his gun. Laquan McDonald. And I'm very thankful that they're doing the right thing. At least I think they are. Oh, hold on, my screen just... Really? Oh, okay. I thought it was another Black Friday ad. See, I'm smart enough to send to other people, because right now I can't go where there's lots of people. I don't know, do you hear this? Okay, good, it stopped. It was Cook County, that's in Chicago. Judge Donald Panarese Jr. said he would not allow Officer Jason Van Dyke, held to go free on bond until he's seen the dashboard camera video of the shooting. So there's another hearing for Van Dyke for Monday, so he's not going to be able to spend Thanksgiving with his loved ones. And they should already had that video, in my opinion. New McDonald's family thanked supporters for Laquan and asked for peaceful demonstrations once the video of the shooting is made public. This is very similar to other statements that have been given in situations such as this. The McDonald family stated this: "This is a difficult time for us. As we said before in the past, while we would prefer that the video not be released, we understand that a court has ordered otherwise. We ask for calm in Chicago. No one understands the anger more than us. But if you choose to speak out, we urge you to be peaceful. Don't resort to violence in Laquan's name. Let his legacy be better than that," end quote. And that's what we experienced in Tulsa. And we were able to indict the sheriff Stanksgiving, get the sheriff within the department. I think that's a good way to go, and not allow Black Lives Matter into the fray. I think it's a big mistake. I think the Black Lives Matter is all a front to basically get your rights to free speech taken away, because your right to free speech can be stymied is because if you speak to incite a riot. Now, if you see person after person after person inciting a riot by their speech, it may be threatened. It is a possibility. A very unlikely possibility, though, if you ask me. I see some people are in the chat room. Well, hello, Mr. Dembski. Well, thank you. I appreciate... Oh, it's shorting out? Well, it's better than the other time. I guess I got to watch the whatchamacallit, the little thing that goes up and down, the normalizer. It is on, isn't it? Let's see. Maybe this might be better. Really? Is this sounding better? Okay, I'm not going to worry about it. So just taking a peek there. But I did find it unsettling when the officer had to refill the clip. And, this guy was shot on his outside thigh, his inside thigh. I'm doing this from memory. His shoulder, his arms, torso. This young man, Laquan, was shot up. Whoa. There was a number of civilians who witnessed the shooting, including a motorist stopped on Pulaski Road, who said it appeared McDonald was trying to get away from the police at the time. He was trying to save his life. I believe this is a legal lynching that happened. I think that's the right phrase. They claimed that they were in fear of their life. That's the battle cry, right? That's the noose that they use today. And so they fired upon this man. Van Dyke's a 14-year veteran of the force, was one of the 8 officers responding to calls of a suspected thief armed with a knife. But no other officer saw a need to use force that night. I wonder what the conversation was afterwards. Did they tell him to clean up his mess? I would have. I would have made a statement. The motorist stated that Laquan McDonald, never moved toward, launched at, or did anything threatening towards the officers before he was shot and fell to the ground. The witness stated that he heard a pause in the shots after McDonald fell to the ground, but then heard more shots. That's when he had reloaded. He also said that he did not see McDonald do anything threatening while lying on the ground. Well, of course, he was dying. That would cause the officer to continue to shoot. I mean, why shoot a man and there's blood pouring out of all these wounds? Is he really going to be able to get up and stab right underneath your heart and turn it? No, he's not. And of course, another witness said clearly this officer went overboard and he abused his authority, and I don't believe the force was necessary, or the murder was necessary. It's the word that should be used. And he's been on the force for a year since this happened. I think they need to change some things within their system, especially when they see a video where most certainly excessive force was used. Whoa. The investigators and prosecutors must know how the officer was trained in the use of force, the department's rules and regulations for the use of force, and the perspective of the officer at the time of shooting. I think they've already offered the McDonald family $5 million. And if we look at training, which in Tulsa, it was very telling. When Robert Bates was being trained, he thought he was above the law, that he didn't have to be trained, and they appealed to Sheriff Glanz. This is all in the grand jury investigation. I just see some similarities here. And at one point, Robert Bates, the volunteer deputy, he had to go through this training to become a volunteer deputy. He was angry. Documents and complaints. That's already hot underneath the collar. So hot that he'll point and I might add, at the shooting range. Hear what this murderer did in Chicago. What was the training like? Did he lose his temper a lot? Van Dyke is his last name. And he was formally charged with first-degree murder. That's murder with intent to kill. Wow. And always, the attorneys, I'm grabbing my hair right now. It pisses me off because of the way they talk. They talk in an elitist way as if they're better than everybody else. As if the breath in their client is so much better than the victims. And this is what Dan Hubert had to say about the officer, that he would be vindicated in court. This is his quote. "We will be successful on this case. This is not a murder case." Really? Despite what you heard in the courtroom, first-degree murder. "It's truly not a murder case, first-degree murder. And we feel that we're going to be very successful in defending this case. This is a case that can't be tried. It can't be tried in the media. It can't be tried on Facebook." Of course it can. Political opinion matters. It truly does. For him to say it's not a murder case, but he was charged with first-degree murder, how in the world is he going to defend this client? I would just love to know. One thing is to act as if the charge is not the real charge, which he's done. I'm not a professional when it comes to law at this, but I've had some experience when it comes to trying to get a grand jury investigation.